Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in wa ba'd. This is just a quick, quick word and just a extra advice to the people. And I know I keep repeating myself over and over and over and again, but Allahumma musta'an. So hopefully, it gets to the people that need to hear it. The point is that you see with a lot of these different individuals, as we know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, in the Quran, يُثَبِّتُ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا بِالْقَوْلِ الثَّابِتِ فِي الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He gives that firmness, and the firmness in this religion is on La ilaha illallah and everything that comes with it. And everything that comes with it is the Quran and the Sunnah and warning against bid'ah, warning against ma'asiyah, warning against tashabbuh bil kuffar, warning against ikhtilat, warning against tasahul, and being easygoing with women, warning against all this type of ma'asiyah and these type of cultural things that you see that have plagued the Muslim society these days, that have caused all the problems between the Muslim communities. So this is La ilaha illallah. This is the thabat. That the person calls to that thabat on the Quran and the Sunnah, and following the guidance of the Salaf as-Salih. Now, the thabat, like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, يُثَبِّتُ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا بِالْقَوْلِ الثَّابِتِ فِي الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا. So just like that person has that thabat in the dunya, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if he dies on that thabat in the dunya, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, يُثَبِّتُهُ فِي قَبْرِهِ. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give him that thabat to answer those graves in the qabr. Because there's no possible way that you can answer those questions that you're going to be asking the grave, those three questions. Just because you can answer them now, it does not mean that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to give you the thabat to answer them in the next life. It's based on your actions, your application of those questions, not just you being able to answer the questions. Because the questions in the grave, it's not Jeopardy trivia, people. You're not being asked a Jeopardy question. You're not being asked some type of, let's go out to the street with a microphone and ask people trivia questions. These are questions that you're going to be asked and you're going to answer based on your ability. Like you're practicing of the answer of these questions in this life. So it's not just your statement. So don't think that just because you say that, okay, man rabbuk Allah, ma dinuk al-Islam, man nabiyuk, and you say Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is because you can answer these questions. Like it's trivia does not mean that you're going to answer them in the grave. So your thabat in this dunya is your thabat with your actions, with your correct aqeedah, with your staying away from the munkar, with your staying away from the bid'ah, and you're warning against these things, and you're constantly advising the people to stay away from these things. But what we see is these callers, and I continue to call them exactly what they are. Du'at ala abwabi jahannam. They're calling the people to the opposite of this. They're calling the people to take on these types of traits of the kuffar. Take on these ideologies that are presented by organizations that have nothing to do with Islam, and all they care about is the destruction of Islam. And that the people continue to listen to these individuals without even having to name their names, because everybody knows who they are. And all the people that are calling to this misguidance, calling the people to all types of foolishness and foolish behavior and mistreatment of the Muslims, not just the Muslim women, but also the Muslim men. Insulting the Muslim men on social media, calling the people of the Sunnah bootlickers, and all the types of atrocities that we've seen over this year. The people continue to listen to people like that. Then I'm going to tell you exactly what is going to happen if you continue, because we watched this scenario play out over and over and over again, and this is nothing new. It's new for these people, but it's nothing new for the people that have been around long enough to watch this being played out over and over and over again. These people are going to take you to the left. They're going to take you to the right. And every single day, every single month, they have something new that they're fighting for, some new cause, but it has nothing to do with the Quran and the Sunnah. And they're going to keep taking you here and taking you here. And every single wave that comes, they're going to flow with that wave. Every wind that comes from the left or the right, it's just going to blow them in a different direction, because they have no thabat. They have no thabat. And if you sit there and you go and you flow with them, to the left, to the right, up and down, then they're going to take you straight out of this religion. They're going to take you straight out of this religion. And do you really think when you get put in your grave that you're going to be able to answer those questions in the grave? That you lived your life calling to all this types of foolishness and nonsense and putting so much focus and prioritizing this batil. And now you think that you're going to be put in the grave and you're just going to answer those questions with that type of thabat. You had no type of thabat in this life. Look at these people. I mean, 1 minute they're talking about the Saudi government. The next thing they're insulting women, comparing women to milk, and all this types of foolishness. They have no thabat. And the people that follow them are just going to be taken left to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right, until they take them straight out the religion. So Allahu musta'an. So abshiru ya antum. Because that's exactly what's going to happen to you if you continue defending these individuals. Well, like I said, and I'll continue to say it, we go back to the Quran and the Sunnah and all of our affairs. If we have issues with the women, and we do, we have issues with the women, but we have issues with everybody. And the major issue in America and the West, the West in general, and I'm going to speak about America specifically, is that the knowledge of the true knowledge of Islam is not being spread. So, for that reason, and because these people are highly and extremely ignorant, so we try to excuse the people and make excuses, and let's establish knowledge and the spreading of knowledge, the spreading of Tawheed, the spreading of the Quran and the Sunnah, and the spread and advising the people to become like mutamassikin, the Quran and Sunnah, not just sitting here like just wordplay, but to actually take these beliefs in our hearts and to truly try our best as a community to come together and live this, and then we can deal with these problems. Right now, our biggest problem is lack of knowledge. These women getting on social media acting a fool is because of lack of knowledge. The men getting on social media and acting a fool is a lack of knowledge. It's a lack of understanding of the Quran and the Sunnah. So this is our focus. This is our priority. Our priority is not all this type of foolish nonsense that they keep spewing all throughout the social media. This is not our priority. This is not a priority for the Muslims. It's not going to affect our Jannah, our Nar, or anything like that. What affects us in that grave, those 3 questions, is our thabat in this dunya. And that's what we need to be focusing on. And the only way that we can have that thabat, the only way that we can have that strong iman, is through what? Through knowledge. Through knowledge. So give up all this foolish talk about the Matrix and all these conspiracy theories and focus on your religion. Focus on your religion. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give the Muslims victory, but you got to focus on the religion. Now you fall into this foolishness. You think that we're going to be victorious? We're playing their game. When you play their game, you lose. We don't play a Kafir's game. We don't fall into their agenda and what they have their agenda for us as Muslims. No, in fact, we're not playing a game. We're here for what? For one purpose and one purpose only, and that's the worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَمَا خَلَقَتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. It's the only purpose of creation is for worship, and that has to be with knowledge. So the people with knowledge, they need to be teaching the people that don't have knowledge, and the people that don't have knowledge need to keep their mouths shut and start learning their religion from the people that do have knowledge, even if it's a little bit. We don't have ulama in America, and we don't have like the type of ulama that you're going to see overseas, but alhamdulillah, we have a lot of brothers dispersed throughout this country that have gone and studied in Yemen, studied in Saudi, studied in Egypt, and studied all over the place. Brothers in Kuwait, brothers all over the place that have studied with Ahl Sunnah throughout all over the world. So alhamdulillah, we have khair in this country. We have it. It's there. But the people have to stop taking these fools as their role models, these clowns, these dawah clowns, and start focusing on knowledge and seeking knowledge. If we focus on knowledge and spreading knowledge, wallahi, these people will become obsolete. They won't have a job. Because all they're doing is what are they making? They're making their livelihood. I'm not saying that they're actually making money off of this. Who knows what they're making off of this? But I'm saying all of their content and everything, it relies on people going to them and listening to them and falling into all that drama. If the people become focused on knowledge, they're no longer concerned with this drama and this clickbait mentality that these people are spewing. All these arguments and just coming up with different debates. Every month is something new. Every month they're attacking somebody different just so they can get more views and more. Come on, people. Wake up. Wallahi, wake up. Wake up. Because y'all are following. I mean, so many people are falling for this over and over and over. And that's the agenda. These people that they're pushing the agenda. They're trying to take you away from Islam. They're trying to take you away from the Quran and the Sunnah. They're trying to take you away from the knowledge of your religion, of your Lord, and how to practice your religion and how to seek the pleasure of your Lord. Because they want you seeking the pleasure of the people. And we're not here to seek the pleasure of the people. I don't care wallahi, I don't care what the people say. We speak the truth even if nobody listens to us. Our families might disown us. Our friends might disown us, but who cares? The most important thing is the truth. And coming to the truth and telling the people the truth. And the truth is in the Quran and the Sunnah. The truth is not what you see these people spewing on social media. فالله المستعان. الله يهدينا. الله يهدينا والله يثبتنا على دينه حتى نلقاه به. والله الثبات يا أخوة. هذا أهم شيء الثبات. والله أهم شيء. And don't let anybody get up on social media talking about our women like this anymore. والله فين الغيرة فإن الغير على النساء المسلمين الله المستعان. Wallahi, this is what we've come to. You know, they go and they insult the people of the Sunnah, and now they're insulting our women. What do you expect now? What's the next move for these guys? Are we going to sit around and watch this? So Allah musta'an ya ikhwa. Nah. Get focused on knowledge and get focused on seeking knowledge. Let's make these people obsolete. Allah